Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches live stream watch talk on a Wednesday night. I am joined by my good friend Wolfgang, who is in North America as we speak, and that's why we are fortunate to have him here. Wolfie, how are you? And what are you wearing on wrist? Tell me how you are though first.
Good, good. A big, thick, one of the thickest watches I have, a JLC
Oh
ma-
yeah, I remember that one.
master
Right.
compressor.
You've had that piece for a while now, haven't you?
It was one of the first, I
Mm-hmm.
think, like when I started collecting around 29, late 2019. So probably a 2019 watch and was pre-owned.
Right.
So,
Right.
but it's still running. I have never serviced it. So maybe a previous customer had, or I don't know. I bought it at Tourneau pre-owned, so maybe they had something checked or serviced, but still running fine.
Was that so? It was one of your first time pieces that
Hmm.
you said.
Yeah,
Was
probably
it
like the
first
first.
like 3 or 4 or 5 watches that you got?
I would say it was probably in the first. Yeah, it could be in the first between around number 6 and 7, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
And,
pretty
and then
pretty early
and,
on.
and at that point, you knew you were hooked with watch collecting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, by the second or third, like the first one really was a Royal Oak, right? But that was kind of, I wasn't really sure I was collecting watches. But then, short that I got the Royal Oak in the States, and then
Hmm.
I bought the Panerai in
I forgot you had a
Austria.
Royal Oak. Yeah,
Yeah, that was because I sold it early on. I
yeah, yeah.
traded it to the gold Panerai that Katie stole. But I bought a Panerai in Austria. That was kind of the second. And then I think I bought the Seiko that now Stu has. That
Hmm.
was the second, if we don't count the Royal Oak. And by that point, I kind of felt, okay,
You knew it.
I kind of, I like this. I started watching the YouTube, the Tim
Yeah,
Moster
yeah, yeah.
videos, started learning. So, but at that point, probably late 2019.
So what was your thing before that? Was it cigars? Or was that like your hobby?
Uh,
No,
cigars really I never collected. I would because
you smoke
some
them.
people do, right? But
Yeah,
I smoke what I buy.
yeah,
So
yeah,
what kind of? It's not a collection.
yeah.
But I when I was in my bodybuilding fan days, let's say in my late teens into early 20s, when I was a fanboy of bodybuilding,
Yeah.
I kind of had a collector bug there. I bought all the books, the
Hmm.
magazines, kept all the magazines. So I always had a little bit of.
Yeah.
Once I had something that interested me, I sort of had a little bit of collecting going. But then there were like 15 years, really, you could say, where I collected nothing.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. No cars, never got into that or anything.
No, no, no. I mean, no, never. I, I think I had. If there's something like a collector gene, right, that you have to
Yeah.
have a certain hoarding mentality, personality.
Yeah.
I think I have it, but only if it has to be something that really, I'm really passionate about. It can't be
Yeah.
something just for the sake of, okay,
Yeah.
let me buy whatever pink T-shirts or
Yeah.
red underwear or something. It's that that's not something I'm interested in.
I could see.
Contrary to what some people say.
Right. Right. I could. I always like, and I think I'm totally off base with this one because I don't know. I don't think you're interested in. But I always like pictured you like in my fantasy of like Wolfgang in my mind.
Which is
Like
usually wrong. Yeah.
which is is like art collecting, and I know you don't do that. I know like that's like
No.
a whole different like area, and we talked about it once, and it's like how like
Yeah.
you know nothing about it, and it's such a hard thing to get
Mm.
into and actually buy the right pieces and all that kind of stuff, right? I
You
mean,
gotta
like,
you gotta really same with watches, right? You at some point you gotta learn enough to know what you're doing, right? Otherwise, it makes no sense. And
yeah,
I think the art world is probably at least as difficult to understand and kind of figure out what you like. And
I think it's way more, right? I mean, I think because like really so with art, right? Like the real fine stuff, the stuff that's like that most humans will never be able to own or want. At least you can go to a museum and you could see that, right? You don't go to a museum maybe once a year or once every 2 years. With watches, like you can always go to a boutique. You can always go to an AD or a department store, and you can see that there's more of a contact, right? I feel like there's more of exposure.
it's it's I agree. It's easier, right? We sort of have a certain amounts of brands where we
Hmm.
know
Yeah.
we like what we like and we can look at them. I mean, I guess in the art world, what the little bit I read, there's these, what do they call them, the what's the name, where they display the art in the cities where you can buy them. um
Uh, uh, um,
I'm
Galleries.
the gallery, like sort
Yeah.
of art galleries
Yeah.
that are run by private
Yeah.
people, where what I heard is like these the gallery owners and the art dealers, right? They pick newcomers, so it's individuals.
Mm,
Then they sort of shine a light on some of these, and then they hope one of them is sort of gonna pick up, right?
yeah.
So it's sort of, I imagine it way more difficult, right? There could be this guy's hot this year, and the
Yeah.
next season another guy shows up, and how you gonna know, what to pick and what to like and what to pay for? I mean, for me, it sounds like, but I guess an outsider in the watch world has no idea
Yeah.
how we come up with prices and what the stuff we buy and what we like. So,
Yeah.
but I was never really, it was only the bodybuilding sort of. There was another hobby which brought a little bit of collecting,
Yeah.
and now the watches is like real. Okay, that's a collection.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You focus, you study stuff, and we talk amongst each other even on
Sure.
YouTube, and
Yeah.
there's a few people watching that have the same gene or bug, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. 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 Speaking of people here, let's say hello to everybody. I know this is your favorite part of the show, but we'll zip right through it. We got Marceau wearing his UN Tourbillon tonight. Hey
Right.
Wilson, good to see you. Watch Mike do. How you doing, sir? Mr. Time Hill. Mr. Time Hill has graciously refused the G-Shock that he won after making this huge stink about him
Oh,
never
really?
winning anything. Yeah, yeah, huge stink about never. I think he just doesn't want me to know his address. That's what it comes down to. He doesn't want me to send it. So we will be doing at some point. We're gonna do the redo on the giveaway for the members, and give away this watch this evening. Maison is here. How you doing, Maison? Joey B, what's going on? Ken Spear, all the way from Pittsburgh, checking in. Eric Mack, hello, sir. How you doing? Good to see you. Nate Dog is here. Peter C, hey Peter. Hey Greg, good to see you. Aloha to you as well. Um, Watch Mike too. He's wearing his modded Seiko SNZH5550 Fathoms. Joey B is wearing his 103 tonight. Hey Scott, good to see you. Caliber is here. Wilson's wearing his OP41 Silver. Um, Eric is wearing his Space View 2020 on wrist tonight. Cool. Peter C wore a Timex because he's playing with the grandkids. Sure, sure. Um, Nate Dogg's wearing the Black Heritage Champagne on wrist. An achievement watch collector is here wearing his Wade Ben is here wearing his GS Shosho. Good. That's awesome. Okay, let's see here. Oscar is here wearing his Tissot automatic. All right. Oh, hey, never refuse any watch. Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate that. What huge thing. You totally you were like call me out on streams and on the Discord. He's like, well, when am I gonna win, yo? You know, and like getting gangster talking me. He was like gangster
I saw
talking.
it. I
You
saw
saw
it.
it, right? Yeah.
Totally correct. You you raised a huge stink.
Huge thing. Seiko Sarb 033 on wrist today for Young Excellency. Okay, so so Watches and Wonders happened last week, and actually we were talking a little bit about that before the stream this evening, me and Wolfie. And so I happy to get Wolfie on to talk about some of his favorite releases, and I'm going to throw in a couple of mine. Maybe one or two of his picks were also my favorites. Um, Joey Montaraz, Venom 123, is wearing his Momentum UDT Rambo watch. Trying to enjoy it for a while before I take it to work. He's a auto tech and beat it up. Yeah, nice, nice. That's cool, man. I love hearing stories about people getting their hands dirty with their watches and whatnot. Uh, Thomas Hill saying I neither recall the event or the individuals involved. Very typical. Very typical answer, I would say. Anyway, let's get right to this. And we were hoping that Dib would join us. He was invited this morning. Hey, listen, I'm a big fan of AI. The ChatGPT when I created this image gave me some hair, so appreciate that, chat. Thank you so much for giving me hair here. Let's get right into it. Um, and so we'll start off with my one of my favorites, which completely surprised me that I liked this release so much. This is the Toric of by Parmigiani, the calendar. I think it's a perpetual calendar,
Hmm.
um, and um, and usually dial configurations like this, the plainness of this is a snooze fest for me, Wolfie. Like I'm like, oh, this is so boring, but I don't know. There's something about this. I think it's because I have such an affection for the older torics, right? So like anything PF toric, I'm gonna naturally or I'm gonna be inclined to like, and I do like this one, although albeit very simple, but I just think it's quite lovely, and I was attracted to the rose gold version of it at first, but now I think I like this blue dial, so I go back and forth of which one I like the most. Um, but I think this is a very exquisite, tastefully done, beautiful timepiece. What do you think, Wolfie? What were your thoughts on this?
It's nice.
Yeah.
But interestingly, Katie also likes those a lot.
Mm, mm,
Also, kind of like you said, sort of surprised her why,
yeah.
but she's seen it a few times, pop up on the TV, and she always sort of stops and starts watching and sort of, told me this is so nice.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like them too. Wouldn't be something I would buy. I mean, I'm not buying calendars anyway. It's a little
Yeah.
simple,
Hmm.
but I see the appeal.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I'm
different.
yeah. It's different. Look, I probably wouldn't buy a professional calendar. I don't feel like. I mean, I think it's a great complication. I just think ahead and think of like, what would servicing be like for one of these watches? Anyway, let's put that to a rest of the side. I think if the calendar wasn't there and it was just a two-hander, I wouldn't find it as appealing.
Well,
But
they have him, right? Remember
right,
from
they
last
do,
year, they
they do.
not the same, but similar.
Sort of, right? Sort of similar,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I don't really, you know, it's not that I don't care for those as much as I just don't. It just doesn't do anything for me. But for some reason, um, I just like this. I just like it a lot. I don't
I
know. Just
think they got good reviews. Like the stuff I seen, people like those. So I think you could call them a good release for them for sure.
yeah.
Probably gonna sell
Oh,
fairly well.
yeah. This really, and I felt like they had a good week last week
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
some of the releases that they had.
The Katie loves that the green, the GMT with the they had the blue one before. Now they have a green
Yes.
dial GMT. She loves that one too.
Yep. Um,
I like it too.
Mike is saying here when you see the fine details that balance the austerity of the dial well. The dial forms a equilateral triangle between the P and the two sub register midpoints. Getting in the weeds there with the dial configuration. I love it. Joe wants to agree. He calls it the booby watch. That's right. Joe likes this watch for that effect. Okay. Let's move on to the next. Now, this is a piece that you and I both like.
Yeah,
I really like this one. I mean, I've seen a million Calatravas before, right? But for some reason, there's something about this, right? Wolfie,
yeah.
tell me why you like this one so much.
Uh, Definitely the black indices on
Yes,
that salmon dial or whatever they want to call the color. It's just
it's
crazy
different, right?
simple, but everything about it
Hmm.
is, no ugly ass state that ruins it.
Yeah,
It's a little small for my taste. I
yeah,
forgot it's like 38, but
yeah,
for a dress watch, probably even I could do it. But if it was 40, it's still pricey, but it's platinum. I guess the price isn't too crazy. So if it was 40, I might have in the future considered it even. That's how much I like it.
yeah,
Of course, it's super simple, but it's really, as far as dress watches go, very, very well done.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the good question: are they actually black or black polished? Um,
I didn't read up on what the material is.
yeah,
Maybe I read it's white gold that some treated somehow, but someone in the chat probably knows.
yeah, yeah. There's something about this Calatrava though. Maybe it's because of the black polished or actual black indices and whatnot. That is, I feel like it's a little, it's different enough from all the other ones. That makes it a little bit more of a standout for me, and it's just elegant. It's simple. Love the small seconds on this one, and just paired up with that brown strap, alligator strap or crocodile strap with that, you know, a salmon dial. It's just a very good looking timepiece.
Yeah,
Just very good looking.
yeah,
You know,
no question. Yeah, I mean
for me,
they had a
38 wouldn't be so bad, but I can understand for you. You have a bigger wrist. 40 is a little bit
I
more.
it's not crazy small.
Yeah,
It's a dress watch, right? So it's probably fine. Um, they had another good one. Um, that 8 day blue
yeah.
dial, greeny blue dial, I like too.
Hmm.
But didn't this wouldn't be my favorites, but this one, yeah, clearly the standout for me from Patek.
Yeah, yeah. Um. Okay, moving on. I have to put this in here. Look, I don't think there's many brands who do this kind of gold coloring. They call it honey gold. Longa does. You can call it rose gold, whatever it is. There's something about this that they're one of the best looking shades of gold on a timepiece. They do it so well, and I love it. And this is a watch that when it first came out, 3 or 4 years ago, in the stainless steel. Not something that I fancied. I was like, okay, it's okay. I thought it was kind of garish a little bit, but it is a timepiece that has grown on me. And then you throw this honey gold configuration on it with this brown dial, and man, I love this one. I mean, this is limited, extremely limited. I think it's like either 50 pieces or 100 pieces. So there's no chance, even in any kind of dimension, I would be able to get this watch, even if I could afford it. But it just looks so yummy. It's just I just love this. I just love this one, Wolfie.
Yeah, it is 100, and it's not only the 100, but with longer the stuff you have to
The
buy
games.
first.
Yeah.
For this one, is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I do like the color combo too. I like brown dials. I still think the white gold is still the best
Mm,
Odysseus
hmm.
because it comes on a strap.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that bracelets in general, but that one either. But I see the point. It's an interesting color combination. The CEO actually, I don't know if you saw the video. He mentioned it in a few videos that they were very hesitating about having a gold bracelet longer because it's sort of too garish for them for
Yeah.
what they perceive the brand. What should the brand be? But then they decided on, because they had a lot of requests for a precious metal Odysseus. They said, okay, let's do it in honey gold because it's not in your face as much as the others, right? And it's not that shiny, and so that's how they decided to do it. Of course, they're gonna sell them all, and
Yeah.
I think it's over 100K.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, I've seen in person the Zeit work in Honeygold, and that is when I saw it. This is a few years ago.
Yeah,
I was like, this is my favorite version of the Zeit work.
this is
I
yeah
just
this
love
this
that
is a
look.
good one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
honey gold. There was a lot of great honey gold pieces for sure in the history, and the Sightberg is probably my favorite too.
yeah.
It's just that what they make of it, right? It's always super limited, and then they want you to buy all kinds of other stuff, and it's
Yeah, and jump through hoops for the longer
yeah,
game. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it is kind of like, off-putting, but whatever, it is what it is, right?
yeah.
Okay, moving along. This is your pick here. We have a Moser. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, this is an Endeavor in the purple dial color that they
Mhm.
came out with, and there's a I don't know if you remember the green version that I have seen in person a few times, and then there was a blue perpetual calendar in the tantalum case, and both have these grainy enamel dials,
Yeah.
and they're absolutely killer in person. And I'm actually becoming more and more a fan of purple.
Oh.
This is the only shot from a Revolution video where finally I saw it not on the purple strap. I don't
Mhm.
like it on the purple strap, it's way too much. But this gives you an idea of how good it would be on either a light strap or a black one. I It's not out of the question that I'll buy this one day, but yeah, we'll see. I really like it.
Yeah.
I'll hopefully I'll see it in person one day. It shouldn't be too limited, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I heard from one of the ADs that so far they're not accepting many orders for it. So we'll see what happens. So far it might remain a little difficult to find, but we'll see.
Time Hell throwing in purple is the new green. Okay.
I hope so. I hope for more. Remember, there was an Armin Strom that came out a few days before,
Yes.
like the date with the purple little
Yep.
dial. I
Yep.
like that one too.
Yeah. I would like to see my only hesitation with this watch is finding the right combination with the strap. And that I would need to see like in
Yeah,
person, right? I mean, I
yeah.
see this image here and whatnot, but for me, that
This I like
mhm,
actually, but I
mhm,
agree with you
yeah,
that that is a little bit of a hesitation for me too. That's why, we'll see, and I want to see it in person.
yeah,
I don't know if this would be something I get tired of. Purple is a very unique fashiony thing, right?
yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Look, I mean, with a collection your size, I mean, you could slide in a purple watch,
Yeah, but
you know?
I don't want to, in 2 years, right? I don't want to all of a sudden tire of it and, kind of have moved on from my liking of purple. So
Hmm.
I'm a little careful with too
Gotcha.
bright, weird colors on watches.
Greg saying which Moser would make these with indices. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough call here. I mean, I think I like this without the indices, but
Yeah,
there are some Mosers that I wish had indices that don't have indices. But this one, I think, because the dial's so dynamic, that I
yeah, the
think,
graininess. I don't know if you could even do it. That none of the existing versions, I think, with these types of dials have indices.
yeah,
But I know it. There's a lot of people. I heard it many times that there's just some people that don't like watches that have basically nothing on it,
yeah, yeah,
and I get it.
yeah. Um, Evening to you, wistful of ignorance. Um, do they do this on bracelet?
No, there's
No,
no
no.
bracelet for an Endeavor that size yet.
MD Chess saying purple's been popular in Maryland since 1996. Is that when the Ravens moved to Baltimore from, well, they were the Browns? I think that's what's going on there. Okay, let's move on to the next watch. A watch that we both liked. And this is the Nomos. This is a world timer. I like this one. I don't like. I'm not crazy about every dial variation. This is one of the dial variations I like because that sub dial on the 3 o'clock. There is some. You know, it's not the full gray as the regular dial is, as the rest of the dial is. So that there's some dynamic change there, or dynamic contrast with the rest of the watch. Wolfie, tell us about this one.
Yeah, this I put in there because it's my favorite under 5K watch.
Yeah.
I like this is called the Volcano, which as far as I found out so far is the most popular. Out of they have a few colors in the
Hmm.
limited. I forgot. I think is it 175 each for the limited maybe.
That makes sense. I'm not 100% sure, but they
Yeah.
love that number 175.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So let's say it's 175 out of the color version. Then there's the blue and silver, which is unlimited. I like the silver as my second favorite actually.
Hmm.
This is my favorite, and it's a little the on the website itself it was sold out, shown as sold out the quickest.
Hmm.
And then one of my ads told me that the Nomos folks in Geneva told them at the show in Geneva, early on that they had hundreds of reservations on the website alone, but most of the stuff they were told is gonna ship to the ads.
Hmm.
So it's not gonna be that easy to get, but a lot of ads will have them. It's just a great value,
Yeah.
great looking world timer, good size. I like it on the strap better. That's why I choose that
Yeah.
picture. With the bracelet, it's too much metal for my taste.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very, very good release. All of them. I like the idea of having two great looking ones, non-limited, and then having the color show.
Hmm.
Very, very good.
Agreed. Um, is there significance? 175? Isn't that like 175 years of
That
whatever?
I don't know.
I should know. I'm drawing a blank. Um, but yeah. Anyway, okay. So moving on to the next timepiece, and this is another gorgeous watch. And that is the um, JLC Reverso mono face, right? In this rose gold with the bracelet.
Yeah.
Um, I could see, like, I know you're not a big gold bracelet guy,
No.
but if there was one, right, that this, I think this would be the one for you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
projecting, but this would be the one for you.
I mean, I thought about putting this in there or the minute repeater, right, which is a total killer. I mean,
Yeah.
JLC had definitely one of the strongest brands for me at the show.
Hmm.
But this one is just on that bracelet, like you said. I can't do gold bracelets, but I'm still gonna check this out in person because I'm just curious. It might be too feminine. It's a medium
Why?
size. The size would be all right. And on the bracelet, probably it's gonna be fine size wise. But I pictured myself right when I'm gonna put this on. Like this is almost like I never dress up much, right? But
Yeah.
can you walk out the door with this looking like a bum? I mean, this is a very this is a in a way a crazy unique thing for me, that watch. I don't really know what to make of it. I just the picture, right, and the video, it's just total home run. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not cheap, but it's also not crazy expensive. They're gonna sell a boatload of these. There's gonna be a lot of people, ladies and men, that like this. But I'll give it a chance. But I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna buy it, but who knows? If you know, we'll see.
It's a stunner, and Dib, I think this would look great on your wrist.
I'd rock it with a pair of shorts, Adidas
Yeah, I
shorts.
mean, why wouldn't you, right? That's what we should do. But I pictured myself in my usual clothing, and I'm thinking like, this is just weird.
I, I'm gonna give you a setup. You're in Miami. You
Yeah.
have those cute Gucci loafers on, shorts on, you know. Put some oil on the head, It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
White V-neck T-shirt.
No, that kind of
Nah,
goes
nah,
too
nah.
high.
I'm
Not
You
too.
want a nice shirt, but it has to be loose enough that you're trying not, you're not trying too hard, but it cannot be like body fitting. So
Yeah, I I hear you. I already texted the lady I know in the boutique when she's gonna get one for me to see. But
Uh,
it's a very, I mean, it received incredible reviews. I'm sure you guys have seen them all.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
just
a
love that
total
bracelet.
total winner.
I just love the bracelet.
The bracelet is unbelievable if you see them in the videos, right?
Yeah.
How it flows and how they close it. It's
Hmm.
can switch it. It's yeah, crazy good.
Uh, Wilson's making some accusation. It looks like his hair got some fresh color.
see where I have my back is filled with white hairs now, so it's just reflections. Unfortunately, age catches up with us all.
Um, we're full of ignorance to saying this would look nice with some khakis and a fresh polo.
Bring it on.
Um, James is saying I'm not a Reverso fan, but I would wear this. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Dib has the Pantene look. Okay, all right.
Don't know
Um,
what that means, but good.
I thought
yeah,
Pantene was a shampoo.
yeah,
That's
it's a
all I
shampoo,
know.
right? Yeah, it's a
Shampoo
shampoo.
brand.
Uh, okay. Look finally. And this is your pick here. This UN
Mhm.
diver. Tell us about this one because I think I missed this one.
Well, this is the only UN they released, and I wasn't sure at first what to think because the strap it comes on is some sort of trash they get out of the ocean, and I didn't like it on that strap at all.
Mm.
But they did it to keep it crazy light, right? The whole thing is like whatever 50 grams on the original strap. But I did like the watch head of it, and then I found out that you can, put them on any existing rubber strap, as you see there, the colors. And on the rubber strap, I do like it a lot. And I always kind of, I like skeleton watches, and this, I like the look of it, and the tech is just insane. If you watch the videos, what they did, like the to get it as light as it is, and to have it 200 meters and shock resistant and everything, it's a very very interesting watch.
Seriously, how many pesos is this watch?
It's not cheap. It's 38 maybe.
Oh, 38,000. I thought 3,800. I mean, we'd have a
No, no,
watch
no,
for 3,800.
no, no, no. It's not cheap, but it's not crazy for what it is. The price, it's I'll check it out for sure.
Marceau likes this one. He thinks it's very cool.
Excuse me.
Um, Dib, did you have any winners from last week that you liked?
And again, this is one of the very few times I do have to agree with Wolfgang. I do like the Nomos World Timer.
Oh, okay.
That, I mean, you guys have already discussed that.
Yeah.
I think the second watch which impressed me was the Rolex GMT Master 2, the Tiger Iron Dial. Again, out of the price range, but the dial looked really nice. It matches the rose gold case very well.
Oh,
But
that's the new root beer, kind of the root beer
yeah,
type
yeah, yeah,
thing.
but it has a little stripe, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
I
tiger.
remember.
That
Yeah.
looks really nice. But Land Dweller. Oh my God, I was so happy. I mean, I just want one, but my AD told me I can't get one. I got the you won't get it.
I
Just,
feel like you're joshing us with that. Like
no,
I don't
no,
think I
no.
don't think you're a serious person when you say
It's
that.
a great watch. Less than 10 millimeters thick. I think this watch. Okay, the dial. Yes, not the best, but the movement opens up new possibilities for the brand. And I'm hoping that Rolex comes out with better watches with that movement in the future. I
Yeah,
mean,
they will for sure.
I'm excited for the movement. The watch itself is like
Yeah, and that
I'd only
honeycomb
get it to flip
dial,
it, but
the
it just
6 and the 9. Mm-mm.
it's a miss on the design, but the movement definitely and this kind of like if you look at the number of steel releases that Rolex has had compared to precious metal, it kind of indicates where they want to go in the next 10 years. With a better movement,
Wow.
more uh, like they're putting more emphasis on the precious metals. So definitely something which you would want. I mean, not this watch. I mean, I like it because of the tech inside, but as a watch
Yeah.
itself, I only like the dollar signs, which gives that's the honest truth. Other
I
than
hear
that, I think a favorite of mine would be the new Grand Seiko. What's it called? UFA SLGB 001 and 003. Two important updates to that watch. It's a 37 millimeter Evo 9 case, but again, I don't like wearing 37 millimeter sport watches, so I'm out. But it has a new movement which is accurate to, I don't know, 20 seconds or 10 seconds a year, but it's spring drive. That's number one. And Grand Seiko finally came out with a micro adjust clasp, which looks, well, it's still not the best, but it's better than nothing. Just to quell the fanboys, like I'm wearing the Grand Seiko, but okay, but I don't have an issue. Like I wearing my watch is a little, loose, so that's definitely something which caught my eye. And speaking to more Grand Seiko salespeople who have information filtered down from the top, the movement is about to, it will be put in like a 40 millimeter case, and that's when it becomes very enticing for me because I haven't bought a Grand Seiko in a while,
Oh,
almost 2 years now. So it's been a while. It
Yeah,
feels.
okay.
I agree. I would definitely be interested in that movement, and if a watch comes along that I like, it's
Wow.
just absolutely crazy. People are like, they're ranting and raving about the new Rolex movement, which is what, as far as I understood, is good, very accurate. But having a movement that's 20 seconds a year is, it's just totally a mechanical movement. It's insane.
And you can obviously get a discount, like what, $10,400. I think Grand Seiko is doing things right, even though it might be slow. Changes come very slowly with them, so very hard to you know uh, convince them. But I am guessing they listen to all the people out there. It just sucks that they're not offering the micro adjust clasp for all the bracelets. That's all they need to do. You just need to offer it for the different bracelets, and you'll have people rushing to buy them. There are enough fans of Grand Seiko, even though I've spoken about doom and gloom forever.
Okay. So, well, thank you for telling us about your favorites, Dib. Before we get back into the chit chat, I just want to do the giveaway now. If you This is a member giveaway, so if you're unfamiliar, there should be and if you're not a member and you want to participate in the giveaways, there is a join button and the screen below. Underneath the screen, if you're on a desktop, you can hit join, and there's different levels of membership. Basic membership will get you to participate at least on the live stream giveaways. But any other level on top of that will get you access to the Discord and whatnot. Anyway, the reason why I do this is because there's bots, and sometimes these bots come in and they swamp the giveaway, and so I really want to give it away to people who are really, great participants in the streams, and who really want to watch. Anyway, so if you are a member and you want to participate, here's your chance. All you have to do is do hashtag G-Shock in the chat, and you'll be entered. So I'll open up that now to any of those who want to participate. Von Kruel has joined. Thank you, Von Kruel. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support, and hope you
Also,
chance to win.
Time Hill is not allowed to enter anymore.
Time Hill is Gee, this never gets old, Joey. Never gets old. G string. Yeah, no time. Look, I mean, like, I just don't think he wants. I don't think he wants to know where he wants me to know where he lives. That's what the problem is. You know what I mean? That's the reason why. He's like he said Rob, yo. This is literally what he said in the message. He's like, yo, Rob, yo. This watch is not B for me. I already have 2 G-Shocks. I don't need 3, and so that's what he said, man. So he said that I can give it away, and that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, yeah, he's at a secret location. Anyway, so Wolfie, you're in Vegas. What's on the watch agenda over the next couple days?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing really. No.
No visiting ADs or anything like that, huh?
Not really. I mean, if they tell me the new JLC is in, or I'd like to see the engineer in ceramic, but it's probably a little early for them to get them. But maybe I'll check in the boutique.
Yeah.
Apparently, that ceramic engineer is going to be very, very limited.
Oh, really?
This is coming from the boutique director from Geneva, and we all know what that means.
We'll see. Makes no sense, but we'll see.
No, because when I asked him, so why are you following the same plan as the normal 3 engineers that came out? He's like, no, we never followed any plans to limit the engineer. I'm like, are you what? They were literally putting people on wait lists at the beginning,
Really?
right? I mean, yeah.
Well,
And
remember the first year they
the
never
first
showed up
year,
anywhere.
yeah.
There was something going on. They almost had to re-release them, and then there came a point where all of a sudden they were available in the boutiques to see. It took about a year.
Wow. All right, so we've been at 6 entries for a while, so I think that's going to be it. So if I'm going to give you 5 seconds if you haven't jumped in to enter. We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're drawing, and the winner is
Joey B.
Von Kruel.
Nice.
Nice. Joined it this evening, and another Marceau taking another L here. Marceau. But congratulations, Von Kruel. Hey, please reach out to me at my email address. Let me put it here. It's right here. I'll keep it up for a little while. And you can send me your address, and I can get this shipped out as soon as I make it. The next time I make it over to the post office, which could be a day, could be a week, could be a couple weeks. But I usually try to lump up a lot of shipments at one time, so that's why I don't go there as frequently as whatever. So anyway, congratulations, Von Kruel. I know you've been on here on the chat for a long time, so it's good to see that you've won. Anyway, Yeah. Anyway, Dib, what's on your radar? I mean, I know you say you're slowing down, but then you said like I hear you the other day, and you said you got to watch coming in. Like, what's going on, man?
Uh, I bought the Black Bay 58 in burgundy, and I bought the
Oh,
Black Bay 68 in blue, and both of them are sold.
okay,
Going to happy people.
okay, okay. Well, but were you able? Tell us a little bit about that Black Bay Burgundy. Like, to me, the red.
It's a great watch to pick up pre-owned. You know, when it eventually my price point. So I always loved the red bezel Metas
Yeah.
41, but that's a little big for my skinny wrist. I wish it had the black dial. Surprisingly, this burgundy, and I have it in the bag, but I don't want to touch it, for fear of scratches because it's not mine anymore.
Hmm.
Anywho, so the dial is exactly like the red samurai that came out. It's
Okay.
like in most angles, it's matte. It's
Okay.
matte red, but like when you directly shine the sunlight on it, or any sort of light, it's like crimson red.
But
I
is the
quite
d-
like.
is the bezel shinier than the
No,
dial?
the
No.
dial is shinier. The
Oh,
dial tone is exactly like the Pelagos 39.
okay.
In
Okay.
terms of shininess, it still has the same red aluminum bezel that the other watches have. So
Yeah. Okay.
the
My
Black Bay 68 is probably my favorite, but it's too
It's
big and it's too
huge.
heavy.
It's
It's heavy.
huge. It would be too big for Wolfgang even.
Nah.
No, no.
No. Okay.
I think I might have seen in the silver dial in the window of the boutique
I don't like the silver dial version.
yesterday. I think it probably was the new one because there's nothing else, right? The big
Yeah.
silver dial, is there a big silver dial Black Bay 41?
Hmm. No,
So
40,
no,
68.
it's the six.
That's
It was a
Yeah,
40.
yeah, that's
68
what
then.
I'm thinking. I didn't ask, right? I
Yeah.
just saw it
Yeah.
in the window, so I thought that's probably the new one. It's
Yeah.
it's not too big. Yeah, it's it's good looking.
Yeah, because I was really curious about how that burgundy dial was going to come off.
Hold on.
Does it
Oh.
feel like it's too much burgundy? Okay, I guess maybe he's going to bring it out. But that was my concern, Wolfgang. Like with the burgundy dial and the
Yeah,
bezel,
I get it.
was it going to be too overpowering? Yeah, yeah.
I did see that one
So
in the window. I think there was maybe the blue one, the big one that Dip got was next to it. I sort of focused on the silver. I don't think they had the burgundy.
yeah,
That's if you like the color, it's good looking.
yeah,
But
yeah.
sort
I
of the
do,
same
I do
issue
like
like with
burgundy.
the Moser.
Yeah,
Is it gonna be a long term thing or is it
right,
too much?
right. What did you think about the Pelagus that came out?
The Ultra is nice.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have an LHD, I would buy
Oh,
that one. Yeah,
okay, okay.
it's good.
It's bigger than it's bigger, right? I mean, that's like
No,
no,
no, it's a
or
little
is it?
thinner. Same. I think I read same dimension, a little
But
thinner with more water resistance.
yeah, it's 1,000 meter, right?
Yeah, but at that, who cares? I
Right,
mean,
right, right, right.
a
Okay.
thousand.
Let me
Let me give you a big screen there. Go ahead, Deb.
Now let me just stop the blur. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, for most part, this doesn't really reflect how shiny it is.
Uh-huh.
But like in like daily occurrences, it's mostly matte. But
It's
as
not
soon
too
as
bad.
it's not too bad. I mean, it's a nice
Yeah.
watch, but it's definitely a very in your face watch. Now
Okay.
the good thing is this bracelet has come out, so if anybody needs it on the 58, the old ones at least, um, I mean, should be swappable, right?
But
But
those bracelets, those Tudor and Rolex bracelets are so hard to get out, man.
it's 750 bucks, I think, the last time I asked from the local boutique.
To
So
buy it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, happy watch to somebody who will probably be happy. I don't know. I don't care. All I care is the money coming back into the account.
Yeah. Is it a friend of the show or is it somebody
No, no, no. I don't. Honestly, at this point in my life, I really like dealing with people when it comes to watches. I'd rather, if I
Oh,
have to,
yeah,
I'd rather lose some money and sell it to a dealer
yeah,
because I don't want the questions. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
yeah,
time for it. Like and again, like with all my dealers, I have a cadence. They
yeah,
know what I sell. They know the quality that I usually send the watches in. No questions asked. Hey, can you do this price? Yeah, sure. Why not?
yeah.
And sometimes I have a client who wants the watch. Do you have it? I'm like, yeah, I do, and done. That's what happened with the 58 Burgundy, and I'm like, let's see.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is. It was a feed,
Yeah,
feed.
yeah, yeah. No, hey, no, there's no judgment, judgment free zone here.
It doesn't
Uh,
matter.
yeah.
Well,
I'm more than happy to for people to judge me,
Well, for you,
because
you're judging Deb, aren't you?
I think I'm judging him a little bit.
he
Yeah,
has
the
to.
greedy old bastard. But
I,
it's
I
what
did
it
not.
is.
I literally did not make any money.
Yeah, but still, you're after you're feeding. You're after, it's what do you call it? It's a hustle. He's a Indian hustler. It is what it is.
Okay, so you had to mention the Indianness of it.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh man, that's
See,
the best.
it becomes well. The only thing is, any transaction within any relationship within AD is very transactional at this point, and I keep doing this every year, and that's how I keep getting stuff which people don't need to know about.
Hey, I got you, man. I got you.
But
Oh,
I do have a Ming coming in, a Ming 1706 slate dial,
nice.
and I think I might buy another Grand Seiko again.
Oh,
It's a watch which I've had in my mind for a long time. SBGH 205, discontinued watch, black Mounty water dial in a case which is not made anymore. And it's one of the best cases that Grand Seiko ever made. But somehow they felt, you know what, we don't need this case. So let's discontinue the one case which Dib really likes.
yeah,
So yeah, that's the watch. I mean, our friend Deej bought that I think 2 years ago, and Kevin and I, like, we have always talked about that watch, but never pulled the trigger. But seems like they are slowly getting harder to find on the secondary, where I don't see good examples. I mean, trashed examples, sure, you know.
yeah. Jeffrey saying he went to the AD 2 days after Tudor announcement of the new watch and was able to purchase the Black Bay 68 Blue Dial. It is so satisfying to see a watch come out and then go and actually take it
Yeah,
home. Yeah, I mean
that's
that's the thing
Yeah,
with Tudors, right? I
that's
mean,
how
like
it should be for all of them.
absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, so how it should happen is the
There you go.
first two watches go to the best people, then they wait 3 weeks, and then they ship out the rest. Fine.
Stop
Yeah.
it. Stop it right there.
Like I know for a fact this is the first one that came into my AD. Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about that. So
Well, I mean, look at that handsome face. Of course, you're gonna get the
yeah,
first Tudors. Yeah. Um. Well, hey guys, listen. Appreciate you guys joining in this evening. Dib, thank you for showing up, and you too, Wolfgang. Wolfgang, hopefully you can come back on next week if you have the time. And hey, listen, chat. Thanks again for showing up. You guys are the best. Von Krul, congratulations. And hey, we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Have a good night.
Good
yeah.
night.
Bye.